light a cigar that way.
Yo, it's the Shadow Smokers Legion, fun, family, and smoke. Rockin' with Phoenix fresh rhymes, they stronger than no. About to break it off with the illest of crews, led by the man Tony Wang, making his vision come true. Now let me take you on a ride. We got love for cigars, from the east to the west, only the brightest of stars. I screen in the scene, little guy with the shop, shadow gazing around. You know it ain't gonna stop. Cigar mechanic don't panic when he's repping his brand. Escadillo and more, smooth as sticks in the land. Hashimoto's around, jumping live in the chats. Asian orange and more, his button's famous in fact. Cigars, pipes, whiskey, coffee, and more. Turbo jetting around, Tim with the dopest of pours. What's that? Huh? One wheel and reviews? Martin in the house, sharing the latest smoke news. Need to pick me up? Get to Southeast US. Bob and Chief in the mix, you know they saying God bless. We got that journey, voyage, private blends for the crew. Celebrating with coins, repping that dope swag too. Now I'm about to sign off, you know it's time for that audit. Light up the group with my post, you know I'll rock it and sock it. But remember y'all, Legion, it lives with a passion. From a man in the shadows, ayo, the Source House assassin. So cut it, light it, love the smoke from your region. After all we connect, it's through the power of Legion.
Hey guys, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. Yeah, you guys were like, what the hell, Tony? What the hell? It's like freaking Monday, 4 p.m. But I need to smoke, so it's like I have so much backlog of stuff that I need to smoke through that I feel like some of the time I just said, yeah, you know what I mean. Like I have to put it together. So today I have this Undercrown 10 from Giuseppe. He brought it a bunch to the meet, and then you know, he got one for me. So I'm gonna smoke it, and I gotta tell you guys what I think of this, because this is kind of one of those fancy stuff that I actually smoked one time and did not remember how it was like. I must have like a good time when I smoked it. I really don't remember how it is. So this is not necessarily a live. This is my way of recording a review without actually having to do anything with the review. Okay, like I don't like to edit videos. I just do it live, and then, you know, much easier. So if somebody question, I have something, and I just bring it up, right? So first of all, we have this line thingy. I just pull it out. I don't think this is for smoking. We talked about this. It's plastic, so I don't think that's gonna work. And if I can find a cutter. I'm gonna cut it. Play with it. Okay. Alright, good cut. Alright. Just when I'm about to smoke it, message come up. Give me 1 second. I'm just listen to this message, and then I'll light this. Alright. I'll light this. You know what? I want some music. Let's get to some music first. Like, you know, it's best when I don't have to touch anybody. I can actually listen to the music. So let's try this. Let's try this. Okay. And I don't know how loud that is. Oh, here we go. Oh, I like that. That's pretty good. I don't know. Can you guys hear the music? Or it's just me? Or it's just me? Let me know when you guys can hear the music, because I don't know if you guys can. But I actually don't mind the music, so, you know, the music's good. Yeah, Alright, I just leave it this way. Okay, hold on one moment. This cap literally just came off when I tried to smoke it. Like, it was not crack or anything. It just came off. Like, no glue or anything like that. It's weird. So, I don't know. Can I just smoke it like this? Ah, no, I can't. Alright. What I'm gonna do? Glue. Glue! Alright. Let's see. First, because James joined us, so I'm gonna turn on the chat. Hey, James. I forgot to turn the microphone on. Hold on a second. Speaker to speaker.
Oh, you can't hear me yet?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Alright, so let me turn this on.
Are you smoking the Undercrown 10?
Yep. And I'm gonna fix this because the cap just kind of unglued itself.
Yeah, that happens every once in a while.
Okay.
Just glue it back and get you another cigar.
No, I'm gonna glue it back now and smoke it because I already light it.
Yep.
The question is, where's my glue? Like,
I want to smoke a similar cigar.
Well, how similar is similar?
Batman.
How is that similar?
Batman.
How is that similar?
It's dark.
Alright, where is the glue? I just used it the other day.
Well, I don't know if they got similar taste or not. I mean, but
I could have swear I used the glue just a few days ago. And now I can't find the
they
glue.
do have a similar color, okay?
Oh, there it is. It's like literally hiding right under my microphone. Okay, so what we're going on? We have Cigar Show Tim. We have Joe. We have quite a bit of people today. I thought people.
We got Val.
We have Val. I mean, our so-called historian. So I don't know. Like, I would usually think that nobody has the time at this time, but people usually have time at this time. I don't know. It's a good thing, and it's a good thing and a bad thing, I guess.
It's 10 o'clock at night here. I would have probably been going to bed. Since I got go get my vaccination tomorrow. My second
Well, I thought
shot.
you're done with your vaccination.
I got to get my second shot.
Oh, you haven't got your second shot yet. So, okay.
No,
You are not
tomorrow.
completely vaccinated yet.
When I get my shot, and in 2 weeks I'll be completely vaccinated.
Okay, so now I'm gluing this back on. Excess glue, of course. And I'm just gonna kind of toast it a little bit. Once you toast it, it kind of dries up really quickly.
Well,
Yeah,
you guys
Michael's like, yeah, Michael's driving back right now. He's like, oh, it's nice to have something to listen to right now. That way you don't have to listen to radio that breaks in and out. It's nice.
Driving back from the show.
Yeah. See how nice, Michael? We will make sure that you're entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just toasting this to make sure the glue gets dried up really quickly. It does work. I've done it before. You just
Why
have to
don't you
make sure.
just smoke it backwards?
So
Why
what?
don't you just smoke it safari style?
No. You gotta be someone that's good at it to do that kind of stuff. For me, I'm just not. I'm not that good at it.
What? It's smoking safari style?
Like when I smoke safari style, everything breaks apart. There's like no way for me
Well, why would it break apart?
because you're smoking it backwards.
Yeah, but the other end doesn't break apart when you start smoking it.
When you smoke the side that has a cap, it burns through
Yeah.
and then it starts to unravel itself.
Oh,
Yes, it does.
because the mascara line fuses tobacco together. That's why it doesn't unravel.
Not for me. It literally does unravel.
Oh,
Ooh. Okay. Good thing I made a coffee for this. I was like, oh, maybe I have some coffee today.
yeah, that's probably a really good coffee
It's a
cigar.
coffee stick because it tastes like coffee.
Yep, coffee and not too much chocolate yet.
It's a creamy coffee for sure. Very coffee stick. A little bit pepper. A little bit pepper. There's a little bit pepper going on.
You would expect it at the beginning to kind of open up your senses.
Not all the steak has that though. Not every steak has a little bit of pepper.
Not always, but I would expect it from a darker stick though.
Definitely a little bit of cocoa. Definitely a lot of coffee. A little bit of nuttiness too. You know that budget stick? What's that okay, what's that thing? Box Rebellion? Box Price Rebellion from Cigars Daily. It's like that amped up like 200% is this. It kind of had that similar taste to it, but this one is more of like less watered down, more of a flavor, a little bit more. And obviously the band on this thing is ridiculously pretty. Because it's so like embossed, like it actually comes up a lot. It actually like popped out a lot compared to the other ones that they have. Is this like a double band? It looks like a double band, right? It's a band on top of band.
Jeff, just shut up.
Give out Tony. James will argue with you to death. About what?
I'm not arguing. Not even. Holy cow!
You know, when someone had to argue to you, to you to death, that means the other side is arguing to you to death. Both sides had to be arguing to death.
Both sides have to both sides have to be discussing to have a discussion.
Right? You have to. Both sides have to care. You know, if one side is like, all right, whatever, that's the end of that argument. That's the end of that argument. That's it. There's nothing else left.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They have a saying in German: "Du hast recht und ich habe meine Ruhe." Means you're right and I got my peace and quiet.
Oh man. Today I spent like all morning fixing my stove that was broken during the storm. And then I spent like 2 hours sitting in my basement thinking about humidity. Because the humidity was 85% when I sit down here, when I was down here, because the dehumidifier was full. And I was just waiting for that to drop to 60. And then it rained. And then as soon as it rains, it's back to 75. But here's the thing though. That machine, I think 2 years ago or 1 year ago, literally was on the whole time, but did not run. So for some reason, my basement was below 70% humidity for an entire summer. And I was dumbfounded how that would work, but this year is like ridiculously wet. right? Because when that machine runs, it heats up the room, right? Obviously, to remove humidity, you increase heat, so it drops. And for some reason, this machine's been running like crazy this year. Like I'm talking about non-stop. I have to keep coming down to empty it. I should really do like a tube, so that it pumps the water out. But here's the thing. I couldn't find the right size tube. I don't really know what size that's supposed to be. I couldn't do it. I was like, man, I should really just have a little hose going out. But like, with the combinations being lazy and not knowing what size tube I'm supposed to use, and I cannot find the instruction booklet, I could not do it. So I just had to go running up and down, like maybe twice, 3 times a day. That's how much humidity is removing from this room. Granted, that literally means all my cigars gotta be safe. That's that much humidity, between 70% and keep dropping to 60. I'm okay,
Yeah.
This did not light well. This thing tastes like really weird chocolate bar.
Yep.
It's not a really sweet chocolate bar. It's a chocolate bar. With a little hint of coffee. Hey, Carlos. I can see somebody really like this cigar. I don't know why the first time when I smoked it, I didn't think anything with it. And I didn't think anything with it. I literally didn't even talk shit about it because I literally don't remember how I smoked it. I think I just smoked it thinking it was some other cigar. But what I remember was this band that we had to remove because I remember was like, what the hell do you put? Why do you put a band like this for? Like to add,
Yeah, one of the peoples that used to do that was Royal Danish Cigars. They used to put a band across the top of it. Of their cigars.
Tim's asking if this is like the United Maduro chocolate dessert bar. I don't remember how United cigar tastes like. I haven't had a lot of those. I had a little bit when Cigar McKenna used to carry them, I think, and then but then at that time, even at that time, I was complaining about the box. I never really buy anything. So, but I can tell you, this tastes like if you had those Godiva chocolate liquor, and you remove the liquor, remove the sugar, add a little bit more coffee in there. That's how it tastes like. Yeah, that's how it tastes like. It's got that sweetness to it, but it's not really sweet. So it actually makes the chocolate part taste more chocolatey, but it doesn't have. It tastes more cacao than chocolate.
No, so dark chocolate.
And you know how dark chocolate is supposed to have that afterward bitterness? Where you're expecting the bitterness gets covered by coffee flavor.
Yeah,
and
that's
really
cool.
like a dark roasted, non-sour coffee. And a lot of time when you smoke, when you drink a dark coffee, it has that little bit sourness. It has.
Sounds delicious.
It does. It does. It is pretty delicious. It is. But that pepper bothers me though. There's a lot of pepper in here. Every time Retro Hill, it burns in my nose. I would say this is a really good cigar. I would actually say this is a really good cigar. This is a really
like
good
that
cigar.
better than the Year of the Rat?
Oh, it's a hell of a lot better than the Year of the Rat. Now, if this cigar, if I was to give a number, which I usually don't, right? If this cigar was a 9, Year of the Rat would be somewhere between a 5 and a 6, if not lower. If not lower.
Sounds good.
This is
Sounds
actually
like
box worthy. Now that I smoked it, this is box worthy. And I'm saying this is not because the design on that box looks great, because I think that all their Undercrown boxes are very similar. So it looks great.
It still looks good, and the cigar tastes good. So
this is box worthy. Like this, I will buy a box for. But oh my god, my nose burning to pieces. I gotta start to run soon because how spicy it is. So I think that you don't have to retrohale to smoke the cigar. It's out of habit that burns the nose.
Yeah, I don't have that habit.
But you do lose a lot of that chocolate notes if you don't retrohale.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, the moment you retrohale, that chocolate comes up. But it'll burn the shit out of your nose. Who's calling me at Arkansas? I don't have time. So surprisingly, it was good. I don't remember the first time I smoked it. I think I smoked it when they first came out. Somebody sent me one, or actually no, somebody smoked one over at my place, and I smoked it, and I don't remember how it tastes like. I remember talking and just forgot all about it. But I remember smoking the cigar. I just don't remember when and why. And at that time, I didn't even make a fuss. And I really think that's because I was drinking some serious liquor. That I don't remember the cigar. But right now I'm drinking with coffee. It actually worked out really, really well. Let's see what this guy is. No, okay. 4 second. I doubt there's anybody important if they only leave a 4-second message.
This Espinosa Batman box press tastes like a Espinosa Batman box press.
No freaking shit.
Yeah, coffee and a little bit of sweet.
You know, the Murcielago has this like constant fan, right? It's fan base, and it's always people that will keep a box or a few sticks at home for that particular stick. So that stick is more like it's already made its way, right? And it's already have many different Vitola, including Lancero. So
I think some people like it because it's a good stick, but it's the Batman stick.
I don't know why people call it Batman stick, other than the fact that use the word Murcielago. It has nothing to do with
Because
Batman.
it looks kind of like Batman.
But then that's not really a Batman stick per se. It's just bat.
No, but that's what people call it, and that's kind of made it a name for itself.
I mean, you can call it bat too.
Yeah, they call it the Batman stick because it kind of looks like a Batman.
It kind of looks like that. Whatever that bat name was it like gypsy bat or something like that? That looks like almost like a gigantic bat. And it kind of looks like that.
Thing is this little middle part here on the thing.
It looks like there's a cartoon Batman body.
No, that looks like a European plug.
Oh. It's missing a prong in the middle. It should be 3 prong.
No, European plugs don't have don't have 3 prongs. English plugs have 3 prongs.
Is English not European?
No, because England does their own thing.
Yeah, but British people are part of
yeah,
European.
but if you go to France or Spain or whatever, or Germany, you're gonna have the same plug. You go to England, you got a different plug.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's right. That's true. I still don't understand why we have so many different plugs. I understand why China has a different plug because they have like freaking 240 volt, and like 5 million amp plugs. Like if you touch it, you die instantly. Kind of plug. But like everywhere else, it's a lower voltage.
We have 220 volt.
Yeah, I mean.
But we don't have that many amps, so. Huh?
Like if you stand near your power outlet, you're not gonna hear a hum. Right?
No.
If you're in China near any power outlet, you're gonna hear a hum.
But it does remind you if you forgot to turn the power off before you mess with one of those.
You can turn them off. You can turn them all off. You still gotta feel the hum.
No, I'm saying is it gives a little bit of a shock if you reach into a live wire.
The Asian plug, the Chinese plug scares me because how much electricity is going through it. is really a
The
little bit
100,
scares me.
110 volt is like, oh, don't do that. 220 volt is like, crap.
Well, no, I mean the voltage is how often the electricity is going through, right? So 200
Hmm.
something time plus the amps are really really high. You're gonna die, right? In the U.S.
Yeah.
we have like what 12 amp, so it's not bad. Over there, everything like will burn you. Everything will kill you.
Well,
So
our circuit breakers run at 16 amps, so
we're normally at 15 amp, right? Normal plug will be at 15 amp, right?
yeah,
And then like at certain cases you have 30 amp in the U.S. But usually you wouldn't use that unless you're using some kitchen electronics, right? But I think the lowest over there in China is like 30 plus at 240 volt.
yeah. The only thing we have over here that runs at a higher is from household thing is that stove. It's usually got 3 circuit breakers.
Yeah, over there is scary. I wouldn't touch any plug. Like I, when I go to China, the first thing is I will plug a 120 volt converter transformer. I will not touch the plug from that point on, except the transformer, because if I touch anything, I get scared. Like if I get electrocuted, I will die. Over here, if you
Yeah,
touch the electricity, you will get like and then you'll be okay, kind of thing, right?
yeah,
You're like, oh, that stinks, that hurt. But that was pretty much it. But over there in China, if you touched it, you instantly you see heaven.
yeah.
I'm just so scared of that. There's so many house fires due to electricity in Asia because they're poorly wired, and they don't really follow any code, right? They're just poorly wired. So
Well, over here it kind of knocks your hand away, but I mean you realize you grabbed into it, but it doesn't kill you instantly.
the difference between AC and DC, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but I wouldn't want to grab. I wouldn't want to grab and hold on to a 220 volt.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to. Starting raining again, going to the garage. Ah, Val's. At least, hey, it's just rain, right? No mosquitoes.
I see a few stars up, so it's a little cloudy, but
Well, no, England. No, Jeff.
not
England is
bad.
not. It's no longer part of the EU, but that doesn't make them not European.
Yeah, it's still part of Europe.
Yeah, they're not part of the EU. EU doesn't mean they're not European.
You're wasting your time, Tony. You're trying to explain something to Jeff.
That's like India is not in Asia, but doesn't make them not Asian. Okay.
Jeff's worse than I am. Okay. Yeah, so,
And then like Russia is literally right in Asia, Asian Pacific, and Russian are not Asian. Australia is actually in also APAC, Asian Pacific. So, but then they're not Asian. The rain has stopped here, so the mosquito are out in full effect.
it was actually nice and warm today here. Nice and
They actually
cooled
found
off.
research found that mosquitoes like to go to people who smoke cigarettes
Hmm.
because that raises the body temperature. It actually makes them notice you more.
They like to go to people that drink beer and as well.
Well, of course. How else they gotta be drinking beer?
No, but the alcohol attracts the mosquitoes.
Yeah, it makes your body kind of emit a certain smell.
Yeah, you smell you sweat the kind of sweat the alcohol out, and it
So
attracts mosquitoes.
yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like I don't know, like doesn't matter how much I do prevention for mosquito. Like have people come like spray and spray those thing that kills them. I still see mosquito everywhere. When you have hire like an exterminator to come here and spray your house and all that stuff, right? They always tell you that it only works for things that doesn't fly. If it's gonna fly, it will get your house.
We get a lot of mosquitoes here, but I think I've been bitten 4 times in the last 10 years.
I honestly forgot when I started to feel like that it bothers me. Because when I was young, like Taiwan is literally a mosquito heaven. It's humid, it rains all the time, it's hot, mosquitoes everywhere. Like literally every year you'll get, people will look like they have like smallpox going on because of mosquito, and that never really bothered me as I growing up. But I just don't know when. Just one year I started to say, "Oh, those mosquitoes are so annoying, it bothers me," and now it bothers me. Like if I see one, I literally will not be outside, kind of thing. Like I don't
Wow.
know when it started that way.
Wow.
Because back in the day, it never bothers me, right? And I can be in a restaurant that has fly flying around. That's fine, right? Like for example, during the meet, we have fly everywhere. They're going all over the place. And I'm like the person that care the least. Like I don't really care. Like fly. Just so long as they're not on me, I won't even swap them. But at home, if I see one, I will not stop until that one is dead. Like I will chase them down with this electric whacker and just whack them until I get them. Which I thought was an interesting story that Steve told us about. Like when they're in the military, they will use like a bottle to try to catch them because somehow those flies fly backwards, don't fly forward. He's saying that if you try to catch fly from the front of them, you'll never catch them. You'll rather catch them from the back. But like
Flies
yesterday,
take off backwards.
huh?
Flies take off backwards.
But here's the thing though, I was literally in my bathroom yesterday taking a bath, and one fly came in. Well, obviously, I'm not gonna get my naked ass get up and get an electric whacker and try to whack him. So I'm just stares at it. Let's stare at it. You know what? Steve said that they take off backwards. Let me take a look. But it was going everywhere but backwards.
No, when they take off, they got backwards though. They don't
Yeah,
take
you would
off
think so,
exactly
right? But when I looked at it, it wasn't. It was
It's
it was
not.
going
It's
left
not.
and right and all
It's,
that stuff, but it's not
it's
going.
not like It's not like they fly backwards or whatever, but they kind of jump
Right, like
backwards
it looks.
when they take
It's
off.
supposed to look like they jumped back and then went forward, right? But then it didn't look
Well,
that
you
way.
don't see it. You don't really see it. It looks like they fly forward, but they don't, and that's what messes with everybody because you don't really notice that they
Yeah, I
jump
was
backwards,
staring at it. I couldn't see it. I was
and
like,
you miss them.
how did they catch them with a bottle? Like I can't even catch it with hands. Not trying to say that Mr. Miyagi was right, but I don't think like knowing that they gotta take off backward, you gotta be able to catch it with the chopstick. So I was like just stares at it, stare. Eventually, obviously, I got out and I caught it, but that's like 2 hours
with
after.
chops with chopsticks.
No, with the electric whacker.
That sounds so dirty.
Well, fine. Should I call it the zapping racket, zapping zapper,
Electric fly swatter. Okay, it's better than electric
Yeah,
swatter. You
I
swat
think
a
when I
fly.
bought it, it just called it zapper or something. Some Chinese brand.
Yeah, but electric whacker sounds like
The one I bought,
maybe
literally the package says electric whacker.
I know, but that sounds so dirty.
That's what happened when you buy shit from Alibaba, right? Okay, you never know what kind of English you're gonna use.
Yeah, because I wouldn't take something called the electric whacker, onto the airplane either if I didn't know
I
what was in the
mean,
package.
you have to have dirty minds to think that sounds bad. Okay, come on.
That could be something altogether different.
Yeah, I mean, sure. But like I don't see it that way because I don't see it in a dirty sense.
Blue collar sticks, and I'm glad you said it.
Right? I mean, just like some people, like, okay, come on. There's people whose name's Richard. I mean, if you gotta see it dirty, you always like every time this guy's like, hey, the guy's name's Dick. I can't believe his name's Dick. But like, you gotta see it dirty to feel that's dirty.
Well,
Right? Like my last name is
yeah.
Wang. Every time somebody say Wang, they laugh, right? Every time somebody's like, oh, Master Wang, I was like, oh yeah, ha ha ha, kind of thing. my middle name is Long, so it's Long Wang all the time. I just don't see those things dirty anymore. I got to that age where I don't see that dirty anymore. Maybe that will go in reverse as I get even older, towards my 60s. I'll see, okay, that joke kind of things now. But like, I guess I heard it so much, I'm kind of immune to that kind of thing. I don't think about that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds dirty, but I don't think that is dirty. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So today I had my wife's leftover sandwich. She went to, I can't remember the brand of it. She buy steak and cheese. She was complaining to me that night that she went to buy steak and cheese. There was nothing on it, and I didn't believe her. I was like, "How did you go buy steak and cheese? There's nothing on it. Did you buy steak and cheese or did you get a steak bomb? Because a steak bomb will give you more stuff, right? Mushroom, peppers, onions, right?" And she's like, "No, I ordered a steak and cheese and there's nothing on it." And I asked them for everything and there's nothing on it. I was like, "Oh, whatever." And today when I put it in the microwave, I didn't even open the box. Put it in the microwave, microwaved it, grabbed it, come down to my office. And I open it up, and that thing is literally steak. That thing is just steak. I was like, what? What? Like, when did they just... Who the hell order a steak and cheese with no cheese, just steak?
Yeah, well, I probably would.
Well, that's what she got. And then she came home and she complained about it. I said, just go back to them. And she's like, it's not even worth to go back. I was like, to me it will be because somebody's ruined my dinner, kind of thing, you know?
Well, I would have, if I wanted cheese, I could go to the refrigerator, grab a slice of cheese.
Well, in the end, I went to grab some Chinese food and just dump it in the sandwich and eat it, right? So, I mean, yeah, in the end, I still ate it, but it's... I don't even know if it's our fault for not checking it ahead of time. Like, you know, whenever you got to take out, you check, right? Something to make sure you check everything. It's not. Is it my fault to not check it, or is it her fault for not checking it, or is it their fault for prepping it wrong?
It's her fault for not checking it.
That's what I thought. Because we always order jalapeno fries from there, and they always mess it up. They always mess it up. You know, they have cheese on the fries but no jalapeno.
Especially if you know that they always mess it up, then you should always look.
In her defense, she said basically saying that, you know, they never mess up the sandwich before. They always mess up the fries. So this time she didn't order fries, so they mess up the sandwich.
Well, I mean, we can discuss whether or not it's her fault or not, but you know, that's not really going to change it one way or the other.
Yeah, I was kind of upset about that for my lunch. You know, I was like,
however a person wants to see it is what it's going to be. You know,
I was so upset about this lunch because like I almost feel kind of spoiled going to eat really good sandwiches at the Best Cigar Price pub. Their sandwiches are really, really good. I came back and came to this sandwich. I was actually disappointed. I was looking at the sandwich like, what kind of crap is this? What kind of crap is this?
So should I do this for Hashimoto or not?
You can keep going. I mean, for box price, it's supposed to be harder because they're underfilled.
I know. It feels a little wobbly, but it's not. Still ain't falling.
I mean, this cigar, as I go, it starts to get more darker and smokier. It's got that darker flavor. Chocolate part of it starts to get more sharp. It's more darker, more almost burnt flavor to it, like charred chocolate. Like, you know, when you like try to temper your chocolate and then you over tempered it, it starts to burn. I mean, no, that's a bad example. You take the chocolate, instead of tempering on a double boiler, you put it right on the pan and try to cook it. That's like, and then you start to have that charredness to it. That's how it tastes like right now. And it's still not, it's not a bad flavor. It transitioned to another flavor, but it's not bad flavor. Hey, Mark. Yeah, it is a very good cigar. It's still a very good cigar.
So getting down sort of close to the point of no return.
What do you mean getting down to the point of no return?
Well, after you get the cigar down to about halfway mark with the ash, it's like then it becomes a challenge.
Unless you're Martin, then you're just waiting for it to fall.
because because the first half is usually fairly easy with most cigars. Uh, but after the halfway point, that's when it starts to get like, well,
Oh, Jeff is out. Jeff is like, I'm going to go to sleep because I'm an old man now.
yeah, yep, he's an old man. Instead of getting on here and on the video part, he just like wimping out.
Okay. Oh shoot, I can't remove this.
Can't remove what?
The band without really killing it. Now I'm just gonna kill it. There we go.
Yeah, they're hard.
They're glue hard. They're glue on
Undercrown.
there. They're really on there.
Those Undercrown ones are kind of hard to get off sometimes.
Yeah. Jewish State. I mean Undercrown. If you gotta put that much glue, put it on the cap, not on the band.
You would think when they charge that much for a cigar, though, they could put a little bit more money into the band, a couple of cents more, and have.
They did put a good quality band on there, though. It is pretty good.
I know, but they should have one of those self-adhesive ones that just peels off.
So it's thank you on it on the back of it. And I like this like monogram band. I think just like this is already classy. I think I like that. I like that. What does it say on it? Hold on. It says Esteli Jewish Day, I think it says on it. From all of us at La Grande Fun something. I can't really tell. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like that. Like they just type the words on it and then just kind of like. I think even like this is classy. I like that.
Is that like a two bands, one on top of each other?
Yeah, it's a double band. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, that's how you do a band. I mean, if you gotta make a cigar, it's gonna cost a pretty penny. Spend some time on the band. Okay, Davidoff?
What I hate it is when you leave the band on and then you start and you get the ash down almost to the band and you're like, oh fuck, now I gotta take the band off.
Yeah, you had to remove the band first. Remove the band is part of the enjoyment too, I think. So. Oh.
Yeah, but it's hard to get the band off if you've got the long ash without knocking the ash off.
All right, the inner band has an entire typed up of thing. Thank you for sharing our story. Created by our torcedor, who had to reduce their consumption of Liga Parada. They banded together and crafted a blend for their own daily enjoyment by selecting different vintages and printing and primings. This was no mere replacement and quickly becomes their flavor smoke. Our people, the common folks of Nicaragua, are true living fabric and heart of our factory in Esteli, La Grande Fabrica, Drew Estate. The production floor where they demonstrate their craft in their crossroads between art and passion, and where the real magic takes place every single day. Thank you for making Undercrown your favorite cigar in the world for the past 10 years. It means the world to us. A decade of dedication. Cool. And for those people that's like, why is Tony reading so slow? There's like dots and stuff over it, and the font is like tiny. Look at that. That's tiny.
You know why they made the Undercrown, right?
I don't.
They said that the factory workers was smoking too many Liga Privadas, and so they came up with this blend. they came up with this blend. It was a cheaper cigar, so that the factory workers could smoke it. Have something to smoke instead of smoking up all the Liga Bravadas.
Wow, I didn't know that. Hey,
Yeah.
Christina. But like this, I mean, this tastes as good as Liga Privada, if not more, if not better.
Well, it's a really nicely aged Undercrown tobacco. So
Yeah, I mean, if I was to compare this with like Liga Number 9, I would say this is better than Liga Number 9
well,
for my
it's
current taste
definitely
bud.
yeah, it's definitely the same quality tobacco
A hell of a lot cheaper
in
than Liga 9 though.
in the Undercrown blend.
A hell of a lot cheaper than the Liga Number 9.
Yep.
How much were these? Like $10?
Yeah, they're still a little bit more expensive than the normal Undercrowns, but not
I,
much, not
Actually, I think
much more.
they're $19 each, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what they are. They're like $19 each.
Hmm.
I might be wrong though. Let me double check.
I thought they were a little bit cheaper than that. I think they were about $12 a piece,
Let me see.
depending on where you buy them.
Let me see. Do, 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 do. Undercrown Robusto. Yeah, they're 19 bucks and change.
Yeah, so they're Liga Bravada price.
But Liga Privada, I remember it's not the Robusto size. It's already at 19.
Yeah.
It's the smaller size, like the Corona was smaller size. Was already at
Yeah,
19.
but I mean, we're talking, change though. I mean, when you get up around the 15 to 20 buck cigars range.
Okay, Liga Number 9. Let me see. Liga Number 9 is at. Let's choose the smaller size. Where I bought it from is about 21 bucks a stick. Yeah, it is like not a lot, but it is. I'm completely out of cigar. I only have one I'm saving for tomorrow. It will be 1 year since Adam's passing. I'll probably stop by a shop because I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, Christina, you need some more cigars.
You need me some more cigars. Yeah. I wish the things make it on time as planned. Things don't go on when I plan the timelines, things don't always go as planned. Things don't always go as planned. So, let me see. Yeah, so I ordered the cups today. I had to order extra to make it correctly, but I ordered a bunch of cups today and have of it sent to Michael, half of it sent to me. I still have not got my invoice yet. Even though the company talked to me this morning. Let's see. It was this morning, and I'm trying to find it. And I honestly don't know what time. I just know it's this morning. Early this morning, and I still haven't got an invoice for it. And it's like end of the day, so I don't think I'm gonna get an invoice until tomorrow or something like that. Things just don't go with the timeline that I want. So I already knew it's gonna have facing delays and stuff like that. So I tried to do it early, even though I tell you guys deadline was July 20th. But if I don't order it now, I'm not gonna make it. So I tried to do it today, but even that is still not fast enough for me. I don't know. Things don't go in time. My wife is complaining about how she's like, hey babe, did you know that the reason things are delayed and shipped really slow is because they don't have enough like carrier crates and stuff like that. Not enough of those what do they call it? what do they call those? Those big containers. They don't have enough containers. And I was like, yeah, we knew that. I mean, things are not moving around, and you know. And she's like, I didn't know that would affect China either. I was like, babe, understand this. Everything came out of China. So if nothing is being shipped from China out, no one has the container to ship it back.
Yep, that's the problem.
For the Ever Given, I think Japan ended up paying $500 million for that incident to the Egyptian Port Authority. $500 million for a fault that's not even their problem.
You think this is far enough for Matt?
No. Matt will say, unless it's down to the knob, it's nothing.
Yeah. You just want to watch the ash fall on my face.
No, I don't want to watch the ash fall on your face, but I'm pretty sure everybody else does.
Sure, yeah. Oh, get me to laughing and I'll be dropping this ash all over my lap.
Oh, man. So, I don't know. Do you think the cigar industry will start charging COVID recovering tax? Most people don't know this, but a lot of companies, it doesn't matter what industry, are start to charging like a recovering fee. They try to recover from COVID. They start to charge recovering fee. I wonder if any store is gonna start charging recovering.
You know how many people are not gonna buy shit though when they start having to pay recovering fees?
It's not a lot though. It's like 13 cents. It was kind of stupid. Like 13 cents, 25 cents, whatever. Any little bit.
I know Americans. They bitch about a 5-cent increase in gas prices. So.
Well, that's different because you have to pump gas every so often.
Yeah, I know, but we get sometimes a jump of 10 cents at a time. 2 or 3 times a day, it'll jump back and forth, 10 cents even.
Because I know every time I pump gas.
A liter, I'm talking about, not a gallon. A liter.
True, yeah, like everywhere else uses a liter, and only U.S. buys gasoline by the gallon. Everywhere else is liter.
We're talking about a half a dollar a gallon jump in price.
And that's why I can't really complain about U.S. gas price, because I think U.S. has the cheapest gas price of the freaking entire world. Everywhere I go has a higher gas price.
We're paying right now about $7.5 a gallon for gas.
Holy crap!
You guys bitching about gas prices? It's like, please, people.
But you gotta know that in the U.S., primary transportation is car. People drive more than they use the public transportation.
Primary transportation too.
No, you didn't get what I'm saying. I'm saying that in the U.S., driving is the primary versus public transportation. Our public transportation is shit.
Yeah, we get away with not having the distances to drive that you guys do. I understand that. But when you realize that, a gallon of gas costs about $1 and all that rest is taxes.
And what they use the tax for? What's the gas? What is
in Germany? Definitely not using. They use over here. They use the taxes to keep the roads, up and keep no potholes and.
Yeah, and that's a great part. In the U.S., potholes are like everywhere I drive to, like especially on the way to New York.
Because they charge you guys in the States, but they don't use it to fill up the potholes.
Exactly. Everywhere I drive to feels like I'm driving on moon craters.
They've been charging you guys to redo the roads and stuff for years and years, and now they're talking about an extra tax for you guys just to fix the roads, and it's like, what?
Well, it's not like they don't fix the road every year. They do pay.
That's what the the gas tax is supposed to be for.
They do fix the road with asphalt every year, right? But the thing is that, oh, here it goes. There it goes.
There it went. There it went.
There it goes. Ash down.
Yeah. Ash, man down.
the biggest problem here is that they use asphalt. And asphalt don't last long.
Yeah, they use asphalt over here too, but they actually do. They actually do repair the roads.
I think in Germany they have this whole how to repair road kind of thing. Like they would, they have a specific criteria how to do it. Over here, they just went over with the entire thing, just crush it down, and then they'll pave a new one over it, right? But like,
Well, the first couple of times that they after they re-asphalted it, the first couple of times that it's starting to get the little ruts and stuff from the asphalt being pressed down by the trucks, they'll go through and they will actually scrape up. They'll scrape off about that much of the asphalt from the road, and then they'll re-asphalt the whole thing.
the reason I'm saying this is, number one, majority of the road in Japan are concrete instead of asphalt. Okay,
Yep.
but when they repair it, according to them, they learn it from Germany. I'm not even kidding. That's literally what they say. They learned the technology how to repair a road from Germany. That's why the road in Japan are so flat. Like you can barely see potholes. As soon as they have it, they fix it. But they fix it in a way it's not bumpy. It's just flat. Over here, even if they pave new roads, it will feel like a moon crater the next day.
Well, the original the original autobahns over here that they built back in World War II time, before World War II, were actually concrete.
Concrete is actually better, but except they crack during, I mean, it's summer, right? But
Well,
they're
no,
actually
because
better.
they're little blocks of concrete.
Hmm.
I mean, they're big, well, big blocks of concrete. And you've of course you feel that when you drive in the car. It's like
Well, yeah, because they
you
need a
hear that.
gap for the summer when it
You hear,
expands.
yeah, yeah, you hear that when you're driving, but it's not like that. It's not flat and it's not smooth. It's just you hear that little, when your car tires run over the.
I will still prefer concrete road over asphalt.
Yeah, but there still are some highways over here that are that are concrete, especially in East Germany.
Like whenever I drive through from here to New York, I drive through the pothole. Every time I run over one, I feel like my tire is done. Like I feel like my rim is bent. That's it. Like I
But
can
then when they
literally go
go
repair my rim every month.
when the old highways, when they with the concrete, they would replace the whole block of concrete when they instead of just they don't just fix the pothole itself, because you never get a really good binding between the old concrete and the new concrete. So they just pull that whole block out for
And that's a lot
another
faster.
block, and let it
That's
dry.
actually a lot faster to repair.
Yeah, of course, and it holds a lot longer. But
Because like
now they
over
do
here,
everything.
if you go, like I feel like every single day they're fixing the road. There's always like road, closing one lane because they're fixing something, and it's always happening. It never stops. They never fix the road. The road is always bad.
But now they lay gravel. They sand down and they lay gravel over the top of it, and then they lay the asphalt on top of the gravel.
Because the pothole in New York City, my truck is driving like crap. I had to fix it. Now it's gonna cost me a couple hundred. Yeah, well, it will cost. It costs me more than a couple hundred every time because every time I take a trip to New York and come back, I had to unbend all four wheel. It costs $400 just to unbend my wheel. $400 to unbend a wheel.
What they do that's really kind of stupid over here sometimes is in the neighborhoods when they redo the road, they'll redo the road brand new, and then they'll realize, oh fuck, we need to replace the sewage underneath the road too, and then they'll cut up a part of the road to replace the sewage, and then fill that back over with
But at least you
asphalt.
get comfortable drive. Like why do you think that people on Autobahn can drive as fast as they could? Because the road is smooth enough to do that. You try to drive 100 miles an hour on the on 91, 90, or even like 84 going to New York, your car is bound to have a blown tire just because you run over one of those bumps. It's
Yeah,
crazy. It's impossible. Like I don't even think they need a cop to regulate like speed because you cannot go that fast. You go that fast, here goes your tires.
yeah. Compared to, I mean, the roads aren't perfect over here either, but compared to the states, they are 100% better.
And I actually prefer to drive on a concrete road because it makes that noise with your tire. It goes grrr, right? It kind of keep you awake. When you're running through asphalt, it's quieter, right? But as soon as you go on the bridge, it goes, you know, it's like, come on. I'd rather have that noise constantly, so I don't even hear it anymore after a certain point. But like if you go on and off, it's kind of annoying. It's actually really annoying. I don't know.
Over here, they do that actually with the white line on the side of the road.
Oh yeah, they always had that. The
When
warning.
when you ride over that, you feel it, and you hear it when you get over
but
that.
that's a different thing because they actually make that groove so that your tire is making a lot of noise, right?
Yeah.
But
When
I'm
it's a
talking
really
about
wide,
regular
it's a really
asphalt,
wide
like
white
flat.
line over here. So.
I'm talking about flat roads, flat concrete. You know that right when you go over a bridge, it makes that noise, and you know it's just louder, overall louder, but it's not annoying. If you hit the side roads, you will hear that it's really annoying, and then you get past it.
Well, the big problem with doing roads and stuff is that the topsoil, depending on where it's at, shifts a lot.
I'm
It
okay with
shifts
shifting.
more or less,
I'm okay with
and
shifting.
because it's shifting, you know, they kind of make it to float over the the shifting earth that's underneath it, so that you can't do certain type of foundations and stuff underneath the road that you can do in other places where the ground doesn't shift so much.
Then that's why they use slabs, right? If they use slabs, they wouldn't have that problem.
Yeah, and that's why you get that unevenness on the roads, especially like in Texas and stuff.
It's crazy stuff, you know. I don't know. U.S. we drive so much, yet they can't have that much money to fix the road or even keep the road flat enough. And everywhere else, they actually use the tax to fix stuff. I mean, but and I granted, yeah, we're paying like half the price on gasoline. It's really true. I mean, we pay very low. When I see gas price at $3, I still can't. I complain. I see $4. I was like, that's still cheaper than Japan. You know?
Yeah, but they still take in enough tax money on the gas prices to keep those roads in shape and the bridges in shape. And then they still want you guys to pay extra for that. You know, it's like, where are they using that money for? They're not using it for
Somebody's salary.
They're not using it for what they said they were going to use it when they introduced the gas tax.
It's just like Route 90. We had the Mass Pike over here. We paid the toll to pay for that road, right? The Mass Pike. We finished paying for it. They're like, you know what? We gotta use the Mass Pike money to pay for that big dig thingy in Massachusetts. Well, not everybody use that tunnel. Not everybody use that road. But if you go on 90, you're paying for that. You're paying on the road that you're not driving on. It's crazy. Oh.
You're paying for the opportunity to use that road, whether you use it or not.
Yeah, whether you use it or not. Not whether you use it.
Yeah, but you could use it.
Believe it or not, my dehumidifier just got full. That was like an hour, a little bit more than an hour.
There was a story about a Turkish guy went into a hotel and got ready to check out, and they was like, the bill was like 3 times what it was supposed to be, and he's like, "What the hell is this?" And they said, "Well, we had to add extra cost for the jacuzzi, And he's like, "But I didn't use the jacuzzi." He says, "Yeah, but you could have." And
True.
then he said, "Yeah, and then what's that thing? That's this amount, What's about this other shit?" And he said, "Well, they, because you had the balcony, that balcony that you could have sat outside and had your cigar and everything. Well, I don't smoke cigars, so I didn't sit out on the balcony, but you could have," they said.
Oh, I will have paid for that. Like, wait, I can smoke cigar on my balcony?
And they went through about a dozen different things, that he could have used, And he says, "Well, I'm going to knock about $300 off this cost because you had sex with my wife." And the guy's like, "No, I didn't have sex with your wife." He says, "Yeah, but you could have."
Oh. We went there already, huh? But it's kind of different, though. Because, like, when you're saying something within a resort or within a hotel, the opportunity to use it is a lot easier, right? You can actually walk there and use it. But you're talking about two separate highways that's not even near each other that you're paying for.
I know, but like I said, if the highway is there, if you need to use it, it's there.
But that's the thing. It's not there. It's not where I need to use it. Like in the hotel, I can go to the balcony just by walking out. That's within this.
It depends on where you happen to be needing to go to, Tony. If you need to go
It
the
doesn't
other
matter where
direction,
you go to, unless you're going to the airport. You will never use that area.
no, but if you do go to the airport, you would.
But that's the thing. If you go through the airport, there's another separate toll there. That you're still paying a toll over there. You pay a toll to be in the airport. I think it's $15.
Well, then we're back to the point where you're paying for something that that they're not using the money for. What they say they're supposed to use it for.
But hey, $300.
Because if they were using the money they were supposed to be using, that you pay already, then they wouldn't have to add an extra toll to it. But they don't do that.
But yeah, I feel bad for the wife.
They let you pay twice. They let you pay twice to fix the road once.
I mean that example, $300 for wife. I need to tell my wife that joke later. Great. That's if my wife is not watching this already. Oh my god, I need to tell her that joke.
But you could have.
I don't think we could. I mean, that would be a lot more expensive than just $300. Oh man, we got there already. Before I forget, talk about the cigar though. Before I forget, this is a box-worthy cigar. I think this is pretty good. This for Undercrown. I think this is the best Undercrown I have smoked so far. This is definitely the best Undercrown I've smoked so far.
Oh, that's good.
So, people, if you're thinking to buy Undercrown, this is it. This is the one that you want to look for.
I started to smoke a regular Undercrown Maduro, and then I grabbed this Murcielago was sitting next to it, so I grabbed it.
No, usually the Undercrown I bought are usually Connecticut, I believe, the natural ones. That's usually the one I bought. The Undercrown Shady XX, that was a horrible cigar to me. I didn't like it at all.
This Undercrown is one that Bob sent me back about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Bob the cigar guy.
So in comparison, Undercrown Shade
been getting some good
versus
age.
this, I would choose this one any day.
Yep, I can imagine.
It's really, really good.
But you don't mind paying $20 for a cigar, so if it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody will mind pay $20 for a cigar if it's good. I mean, the key word is if it's good, right? So.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you're where you're going to smoke it or when you're going to smoke it, because
it is a full body cigar though. I do feel it, so it is a full body cigar.
I don't know if that's a cigar that a lot of people are going to buy to sit at the lounge and talk with their buddies to smoke.
Yeah, because when you're talking with your buddy, you're more than likely to go 2 or 3 cigars, right? So.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So it might be a little bit too full-bodied for sitting around at the lounge smoking. Unless you're in
a Davidoff cigar lounge.
unless you're a really heavy-duty, Maduro cigar smoker.
I think Hashimoto would really like the cigar. It doesn't taste like orange. You don't have to worry about that one. It's a full body and it's really peppery. I think he would like it.
I think he said he smoked it already and did like it. So, yeah, I would imagine he would like it though.
Definitely a good cigar. It definitely goes superb with coffee.
We need to get him a box of those and infuse them with orange juice.
I tried to infuse a cigar with orange juice. It molded, so I cannot tell you if that will work.
No, it would mold. It would mold for sure.
I just saw Val's post on the trying for long ash. He's got like 1/3 of the way through. He's got some ash going.
Well, I had mine down halfway, so
that's still pretty good for a underfilled box press.
Box press, yeah.
Yeah, and the people don't understand is what underfills tend to lean one way or another when you try to get long ash. So because they're underfilled, and then they're
Well, you
harder
have
to
to
get.
to turn it around all the time because you're always leaning it a little
Yeah,
bit, and it'll always
yeah.
start to lean that direction. So you have to turn it and let it lean the other
But
way a
that's what
little
I'm
bit.
saying. The ash actually compresses as you go, if you hold it on
Yeah,
or not. And then when they compress, they kind of lean one way or another because the underfill is not even,
yeah,
right?
and they
So
kind of lean to the direction that you're not holding it exactly straight up and down. And that's why if you change it, then you end up with a little snake-looking thing, but it still stays pretty much straight.
how many? I don't know. How many people actually like box presses? I mean, for me, I don't like the shape of the cigar to start with because they always burn funny. For me, all the box press burns funny. Doesn't matter which one.
Well, this one has taken this long to actually get a little bit of a one-sided burn, and it's not bad. It's still not something that, and it might fix itself anyway.
Ron Lobo says that
But
he doesn't like
that's
it. He Carlos said he likes box press. Yeah, for me, box press. Well, number one, when I cut box press, I always like to cut V cut because obviously the regular cut either destroys the cap or it doesn't cut right or whatever. And they always burn weird. They always burn weird for me. For me, all right. For me, they always burn weird. So I don't really like a box press. And at the same time, I feel like I'm paying 100% of the price for 90% of the product. In a way.
well, the cigar is just a matter of with me. Did you enjoy the cigar or did you not enjoy the cigar?
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, but at the same time, you can get the same cigar without box press, and it will be the same price. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but if you're talking about was it more tobacco or less tobacco, as long as it about the same burn time,
I don't think they have the
doesn't
same burn
matter
time.
if it's more.
They don't have the same burn time.
Well, this one's been burning fairly slow anyway, and it's not a particularly
But
hard
it also
crack
depends
cigar.
on the person who's smoking it, right? But for you, if for the same cigar you smoke a fully filled one, it's gonna burn slower. So
Yeah,
so
yeah. A normal Murcielago Toro unbox pressed would be a slower smoke for me
right,
too.
yeah. So you are paying 100% of the price for 90% of the product. Some people like it though because it actually, the flavors are easier to distinguish when you have an underfilled cigar. They kind of, each one of them is less strong, so they don't fight with each other that much. But like, for me, I feel like, you know, there are some things for me to, I don't know. It's not even a big deal, but underlining, I'm thinking that I am paying 100% for 90%.
This one's getting really milk chocolatey now, so
Right. But yeah. It always for my biggest issue is always it burns funny. So it always burns funny for me.
starting to develop a gap on one side. If it's getting a gap in the ash, it's probably fixing to fall.
You want to touch up before that literally become a problem. Fix it up a little bit.
If you touch up a cigar you're trying to long ash, a lot of times it'll break right where you touched it.
Uh, Not if you toast it and then light it. If you just go straight light it on fire, it will kind of, that part is
You
gonna
have
be
to
more
be
loose.
you have to be really careful
Yeah.
about touching up a cigar if you want to try to have the ash still keep going.
The key to a long ash, two things. Either you toast your cigar real good and make sure all sides are nicely toasted before you burn it,
Oh yeah,
or
you got to
you use
you
a
got to
soft flame.
you have to get a good light on the beginning, otherwise you can forget it.
Yeah, if you want to do it on the box press, you want to toast that whole thing and then light it. And when you light it, you want to make sure that thing lights enough. Like, don't just get the outside lit. You want to get the inside lit a little bit too. That's why if you use a soft flame, it tends to light the inside more, and those will give you a longer ash.
The worst thing that can happen is the thing goes out on you right in the middle of a really nice long ash, and you can't relight it.
Yeah, I know if I'm gonna go with a certain challenge, like for long ash, I will use a soft flame. Make sure the whole thing in the beginning, the first little bit is burned very nicely, so that it's got enough heat to make sure it's fully burned every time you take a puff. That's just me though. It's like the only reason we use a torch to do the cigars because it takes forever to light, right? So you use a torch to make sure they light well. But soft flame can really do. It can light it just as well, if not better.
Well,
It just takes
I
longer.
smoke. I smoke most of my cigars outside, so the torch flame works a lot better, especially if there's any breeze going on.
Right. I mean, for me, I tend to use my soft flame Saint Japans when I smoking on my deck.
That's why that flat flame is a really good one for a torch flame because it doesn't burn as hot as a normal torch,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but it burns better than a soft flame outside.
Yeah, I like soft flame. I don't know. I like soft flame. It's just that when I do live shows, I wanted to light the cigar quickly, and they have a fan
Yeah.
like literally blow right at me. Soft flame, I'll always go out. It'll always go out.
Yeah,
Same I'm outdoor smoker. I use torch more often. Yeah, like when I'm on my deck, it's not that windy, so I can use the soft flame. But if I'm like in the situation where I just want to light my cigar really quickly, I will use the torch. It's because it's a lot faster, right? And like I obviously I am not as patient as Val, who uses an electric lighter. That will take forever just to light it, forever.
yep. I don't use an electric lighter. I don't use a torch flame for a pipe though.
Well, you're not supposed to.
I know.
You'll burn your pipe.
Yep, I don't use a torch for a pipe.
I will usually smoke when I'm going on a hike. Would that be dangerous? I mean, that really depends, right? Like, where are you gonna ash your cigar? In the water?
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially when everything's so hot as it is right now and all dried out. We got less problem with that over here because things aren't as dry. We actually have a lot of flooding going on over here right now.
Yeah, I don't litter, so like you can. I don't even smoke in front of my hotel if I can't find an ashtray. Like I would not. Like my brother would just like ash it anywhere. He doesn't care, but I wouldn't even ash on the ground. I would not do that.
Well, that's why it doesn't bother me if an ash falls on the ground here because I just sweep it off over into the garden.
If I have ash fall to the ground, I will try to clean it up. I don't know. It's just me. It's just me. Cause I hate it when it happens to me at home. So when it happens outside, I'll try to clean it up. Even on the table, you'll see me try to wipe off the table and then put it down to the thing. It's just me. So, anyways, yeah. Like before I forget, this like I say, this is a cigar that I would recommend people to buy a box for. This is good, and I don't know when they're gonna stop it, right? So, if you are thinking about Undercrown, you want something that's really good, I would say, go get yourself a box of this. This is worth it. It's not that dry up here. I'm not really worried about drying up. I'm more worried about, nature, right? Try not to litter in nature kind of thing. I don't know. It's just me. Not saying that people don't do that already. But something like, I get really annoyed if I go on a path, on paved road or a path, hiking path, and I see a cigarette butt or cigar butt on the ground. I get kind of pissed off on that. I don't know. It's just me. It's just me. I mean, obviously, ash will wash away, but cigar butts and cigarette butts, they don't. They stay there forever.
Well,
What happened? Did you want to
the
puke?
cigarette, huh?
Did you want to puke?
No. I don't think you need to hear and see me taking a leak. Okay.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't want to see that. Yeah, please don't put that on YouTube. Please mute so I don't have to hear the stream either.
No, I don't need to puke on that. I actually had something to eat right before I sat down anyway. So.
I don't drop my knobs. I wait until the end and throw them all away. Yeah. I do that. Like, if I go to certain places, I can't find a place, I would literally put it in my pocket. Or I'll hold it until I find a trash or something like that.
It's leaves, Tony.
I know it's
And
leaves.
what's left over in the ash is ash and mineral. It's
Still,
going back into the earth, which helps the trees grow.
no, it does not. It does not. I tried it. I tried it. So, um, at one time, I figured the bugs does not like tobacco, and so, like ants and stuff like they don't like tobacco. So I tried to use ash to kind of stop the ants from going, certain places, and those ash killed the grass on the ground. So I know he doesn't. But yeah, this is an enjoyable cigar. I liked it. So lasted an hour and about 22 minutes, 20 minutes, hour 20 minutes.
Yep.
Typical robusto, and full body. You just need one for the day. I think this is great for people that only have one cigar a day. I think that would be one cigar is satisfied kind of thing. Definitely strong though. Definitely strong. Definitely have some strength to it. You definitely want some meal before that. You definitely want some drinks to go with it. So nicotine is bad for a lot of plant and animals. Yeah, and that's why I thought it will keep animals away or keep ants and stuff away, but they don't. They just kill plants.
Yeah. We got we got some weird ants here. We got some little kind of relatively large ants, and sometimes they'll walk across the terrace
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be carrying another ant.
You sure it's not
And I
trying
don't
to
know why.
carry the diseased ants out? Because sometimes they do that. They'll carry the disease or dying ants out of their hives or
Yeah, I don't
cave.
know, but I know that if I step on the ants, or just hit them, then both ants will run off in different directions
Really?
if I
So
don't
they're
kill
not
them.
dead.
Yeah, so they're not dead. It's not dead ants. It might be diseased.
Yeah, it
I
might be
don't know, but
diseased.
it's still alive and it runs off.
Because the funny thing about ants is a lot of ants they actually have a dying chamber. So if you have an ant that's diseased or dying, they will actually go towards a dying chamber. If they cannot do that, another ant will carry them out of the cave they have.
Well, this was weird because, like I said, the whole day, one day, it was just ants carrying other ants across the way. And if you would step on them but not really kill them, because it's between the little cracks in your soles, then they would just both of them would run off the other.
Well,
It's
yeah, I
like,
mean,
wow.
if same with human, right? If one person is carrying another person and something that will kill them coming, the person that's dying will be like, yeah, you go that way, I go this way.
Yeah, but I thought maybe it was because we have little ants and big ants, and I thought maybe it's the big ants were carrying the little ants, but no, the big ants are carrying big ants, and I don't know why. It was interesting to watch though.
Oh, Val says that's what happened to my wife's rose bushes. The ash, I didn't know. Hashimoto.
Ash hasn't killed any of my wife's plants yet, so
It will. I mean, if it rains, I mean, it kind of dissolves it and goes to the ground. That's when it gets its killed.
well, usually because if I'm sweeping it, it's just little powdered,
Powder
everywhere.
is
It's
not
not
enough to kill them. I mean, if you
like I
have
said,
like
it's not enough.
one
It's
third
not
of
like I'm.
ash, you know.
It's not like I'm dumping my ashtray out into her garden. We got.
Here's the thing. This is one way I found out too. Like I confirmed it because I have my ashtray outside. It rained, and then so that whole ashtray is all ash water, and I just dump it out of my. Obviously I'm on the deck, so I just dump it out of the deck because I own that land, right? And that portion of it, no grass. It killed all of it.
Yeah.
So
Well, you're also killing the sunlight to the grass with covering them up with ash.
well, no, but it's all liquid. But that liquid is black liquid, and so you just dump it in
Yeah,
there.
but it dries. It dries though onto the blades of the grass, so they don't get any sunlight.
But I'm not talking about this amount of portion. I'm talking about that and it wears out.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, it will kill
What
your grass.
I don't know what kind of ash you smoking, Don.
Most likely Davidoff's.
Davidoff's killed grass. Okay.
And they were naturals. They were not even Maduros. They were just natural. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, I'm done with my cigar. Good cigar, like I say. Definitely box worthy. And I can't believe I'm talking about that on the Undercrown, because usually I don't like majority of the darker Undercrowns. But this darker Undercrown was pretty good. Big thanks to Giuseppe to give me this cigar. Like, I didn't even think about to buy another one. Like, he brought it in, and it was he gave everybody one, so it was good. I figured I would smoke it and let everybody know how I feel about this cigar. So, but
So now
yes,
you know you want to buy some, huh?
I still probably wouldn't buy it. I say it's box worthy, but for the same price, I probably end up buying Davidoff's.
That's probably true, yeah.
Right? Because, like, you know, it's like, which one I'm gonna smoke more, and I'm gonna guarantee that I'm gonna smoke Davidoff more. So
I would probably smoke the Undercrown more.
you know, because Davidoff is just my daily cigar. Like, I had boxes of. You guys seen the pictures? I buy whole box of Davidoff all the time, so I would be smoking those more.
Most of my cigars are Maduros or Habanos or dark cigars. I probably got about maybe a fourth of my cigars are Connecticut's.
Yeah, I mean, Connecticut is just easiest to smoke. So, like, you know, natural Connecticut, maybe Habano. And most of my cigar aren't dark, per se. I mean, but lately I've been buying a lot of darker cigar, I think.
Connecticut's are really good in the morning when I haven't had anything to eat yet. I get up, and I want to smoke something light. But a lot of Connecticut's don't give me enough flavor. A lot of them.
That's why you're not smoking. You need to smoke Davidoffs.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of pocketbook, Tony.
It makes no difference. A lot of people say that, oh, I don't have that kind of pocketbook. I don't have that kind of wallet. But again, I mean, one Davidoff, two cigars, it's the same thing. I mean, he's just smoking two cigars rather than one cigar every time you smoke. So, I think it's all the same. It's just, whatever's worth to people, right? So,
didn't say that I don't smoke, more expensive cigars. I do, but
yeah.
I'm saying to buy boxes of them like you do, I don't have that kind of cash.
Or it's not like I do it every day. Right?
Well, you did. You did for a while.
I don't buy Davidoff every day. I buy
but when you buy them, you're buying like 5-6 boxes of them. So if you spread that out over the time, it's a box of
Okay, fine. Be that way.
Be honest. Yeah.
Well, same way everybody, right? People who buys other cigars, they buy a bunch. They don't just buy one box sometimes. So.
If you buy 5 boxes of Davidoffs once a week, that's damn near one every day. So. Val, stay strong. You're doing. Oh, Val's getting along, Ash. You need pictures, or it didn't happen. As soon as he starts to take a picture, though, it's gonna fall off.
Yeah. Well, he's probably is. It's gotta take a picture and put it on Discord. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I gotta go prep some lunch. Dinner for my wife. She's done with work. So, but yeah, I did enjoy the cigar. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you guys, a few days later. Okay. So have a good one, and yeah, be saucy, stay dry, don't go do crazy things. Have a good one, everybody.
Yep.
Bye.
Yep. Have fun, everybody.